Hey guys, it's Roxanne from RoxanneLynch.com, and I want to talk a little bit about prospecting. I want to give you guys some insights, give you guys some perspectives, and actually give you some tangible tools today of what you can be saying in face-to-face business transactions and connections and communications, but also using this within your Facebook Messenger strategies of when you're reaching out and connecting with women. Because we know if you are not making new relationships and having fresh conversations every day, we do not have a thriving business. We barely have a business that's going to be keeping afloat, because we know without more connections and more relationships, more conversations every day, that's the only way we're going to be able to grow our circle, and the only way that people are going to be able to be sifted and sorted through processing of that prospecting is knowing that eventually people have to have that decision and that conversation. So this is what it's going to be all about today. So I want to shake it up a little bit, and I'm going to jump right into it, because you guys know my personality type. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm a happy blue, okay? I think that the world is always a joyous place. I always think there's excitement and joy. I'm extremely passionate. I'm very creative. So I'm always looking to understand what a woman's struggle is. Like, where is she? Why is she there? And what can I do to help her move forward within her business, okay? So whether you're within my team, within social retail, or your own beloved business, what I'm going to share with you today is very, very usable, okay? Because I am blue, I am happy, I'm excited, but I also have a lot of yellow in me where I want to serve women. I like to be that helper. In high school and elementary school, I was crushed if people didn't want to be my friend because I'm a nice girl. And what do you mean you don't want to be my friend? So I used to be hurt. So if you are a blue-yellow kind of strategy and you just want everyone to have a really good time, and you want to help people, then some of these strategies are going to be very effective for you, because I am all about no stress, okay? I'm all about more bliss, more bless, less stress, less struggle. And if you agree with that, mash those emoticons for me. This conversation I'm going to have with you is called indirect communications. This is where you're going to be having that it's kind of a loophole, and it's very low stress. This is perfect because it allows people off the hook, where people don't feel pressured, people don't feel they're being chased or hounded, okay? And because we did that, right? If you guys did that in the past and you did the chasing and the hounding, just drop a me too in the comments. If you did that, but you're a shy person or you're somewhat of an introvert, it would come across all wrong, and we didn't feel natural, we didn't feel comfortable, we felt awkward, and that wasn't our personality and our nature, okay? So an indirect transition when it comes to prospecting is so easy. It's not going to say it's easy, I'm going to say it's simple, because simple things, tying your running shoes now is easy, but at one time it wasn't, okay? So we want to take that indirect approach because it is less stress. So questions you can ask, and if you guys want the notes of this, just drop notes in the comments, okay? Because I can definitely give you my notes because I actually wrote them down for us today. So we can ask questions such as, how's life, or how's work, or how's business? What's new for you after the Labor Day long weekend? Are your kids back in school? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe fall is here. Do you love pumpkins? How have you been? Anything to get a conversation started when you are wanting to reconnect with a woman, especially if you haven't connected with her or him in a little while. You need to be able to restart a conversation, okay? And you have to wait for them to respond. So this would be something is like, you have to wait for them to respond after you've given that message of like, hey Jane, how's it going in your world? Do you love fall? Do you like pumpkins? Anything, okay? Wait for them to respond, okay? And they're going to reciprocate. The law of natural reciprocation is like, hey, life is great, da 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 da. How's it going for you? Okay, there is your opening, okay? There it is, all right? So you can say something like, hey, everything is absolutely fantastic. Business is actually going fantastically. As a matter of fact, while I have you here, can I ask you something? Maybe you can help. The key word there, after all the little chit chat, is maybe you can help. Okay, so write that one down or drop notes in the comments. I'll get it to you. So The reason why is because most people are like me and we want to be helpful, okay? It's our nature that we want to be helpful. We want to be kind. We want to be generous, even if we're not even sure what it's about, okay? So they might respond as like, well, I can try. That's always mine because I used to be a yes girl. So now I respond as I can try, or what is this about? Okay, that again, that is your go ahead. You can say I can, when they say I can try or what's it about, there is your opening, okay? So this is where you can be saying like, hey, you know, I'm in the process of expanding my business and I'm looking for a few new people to work with. You know, do you know anyone that? Okay, this is where you get to fill in the blanks for your own self. So this is where you get to open up the window of those conversations, and you can say, because you know in your head, if you have been talking with this person for a while, if you know them personally and you'll be able to give them a hug in real life, or at least give them a high five and how are you doing, you know what they're unhappy with. You know what their struggle is. So whether you can say something like, you know, you're looking, do you know anyone that isn't happy with what they're currently doing and is looking for a change? Do you know anyone that isn't making the money that they want and they're looking for a career change? Or isn't happy with you know, what's going on within their company, or isn't happy with, you know, the new change within their compensation plan? They're not happy with, you know, the struggle with the shipping. They're not happy with their upline because their upline just bailed on them, okay? So you can ask those questions because you know through your messenger of sharing stories and sharing conversations and connecting and building rapport and relationship, you know what their struggle might be. So therefore, you know how to fill in the blanks, okay? So you've asked them for help in another direction, but they're also thinking about it in their own perspectives, okay? So same thing as indirect. It's low key, it's low stress, and it starts planting the seeds, okay? As we know, we plant the seeds in the springtime and we harvest the seeds in the fall. Now is the time to be reaping the rewards of all your conversations, the rapport, the relationships, the connection, the communications that you have been having to really launch your business into this fall. So you can ask yourselves those questions. So that is the first one, okay? That is an indirect transition. That is an indirect communication, prospecting that I use, because it's all about planting the seeds and opening up a woman's imagination, taking the stress off of her and focusing it onto somebody else, but allowing those seeds to settle, okay? It might not be her time, but maybe it will be in October or November, and she's going to remember you asking her for the kindness of her help, okay? So let's jump into direct communications when it comes to prospecting. So this is absolutely perfect if you have a best friend, a close family friend, someone that you've known for a while that you actually have some influence and credibility with, because this one is something where, you know, you've already have a deep rapport built, okay? So you don't have to, you already know who in your friend circle within network marketing that aren't happy. Like I said, maybe you know that they're not happy in their business. They're lacking the training, support, the cheer, the community, the income, the back office, the upline, like hundreds of dollars worth of team giveaways, doing team trainings and runs like this. Is what is your upline doing for you that is setting yourself up for success? And you're thinking about this. So same thing, you can pop into a conversation with just say like, hey, are you decorating yet for pumpkins? Do you love pumpkin lattes? You know, Starbucks just released them just a couple days ago. I grabbed my first one of the season when I was in the city with Dad. You know, what's new in your world? You know, and then await their response. Because you know what? If they're your family and friend, they kind of might have an idea of what's going on within your business because of your timeline, but maybe you've never taken the time to reach out to them because they might be on your chicken list, okay? And if you're like me, I don't prospect my family. You know, my family knows what I do, but occasionally it's good to give them a gentle reminder in a safe way, a safe, like low-key way where you can say like, hey, when they respond to you, it's like, hey, Roxy, yeah, it's like, no, I'm not into the pumpkin lattes, not even the half-sweet, low-sugar ones, okay? So you can say something like, hey, everything's absolutely great. I don't know if you caught that, but right now we're in the middle of our 90-day run, or just beginning our 90-day run, I'm sorry. Life at business is super sweet. I'm just in the process of expanding my business, and I'm actually wondering if you know of anyone that might be a really good fit, and I thought of you. So you're inviting her and a friend. So same thing, they've got an out. You see what I've done there? They have an out. I'm looking for some new people to work with, and I also thought of you. Okay, so they have an out. They can either direct you to their friend over here, or they have now reached out and connected with you. So you have gave them an out. So you're not pinning them into the corner. You're not giving them pressure. So, and then the thing is, you have to compliment them. Okay, we want to compliment people, because you can say simple things like, hey, I've always admired how committed you are. I've always admired how hard of worker you are, how creative you are, that you're an amazing communicator. Maybe you're just not, I know you love your job, but I know you want to grow your leadership skills, your level of ambition. I know you want to be able to impact other women, how passionate you are, because you love accomplishing things. So usually they're going to think about this. They're going to thank you, in some way, and you can transition to that method of saying like, hey, this might be for you, it might not be for you, or you might know an amazing friend, but I wouldn't be a really good friend if I at least didn't bring you up to speed of what was going on in my life. If a good friend would at least make sure that you're informed of what's going on. Same thing, it's no pressure, low pressure. And people are, it's like, well, yeah, it's like, I got half an hour to have a look at what you're working with. It allows them that opportunity without the stress. I love making a positive impact. I love not just dropping pebbles in the pond and having a positive ripple. I like dropping boulders. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so the last one, I promise you, this is the last one. I know that you guys are loving this, so I'm going to share one more tip with you guys. Shift my phone. Same thing, low pressure, no pressure, okay? So right now I'm teaching all of our team. This is what I get to teach them tomorrow. I'm teaching it early because I'm a keener and I love you guys. All right, so the favorite lowest stress way that you can connect with a person when you want to share something to them and they've commented and liked on your post, but maybe you don't know whether they are an amazing cheerleader within your world, or you need to find out if they might be interested in your product or your service or your opportunity. All right, so this is good for like any company. Like I kind of keep my stuff generic because I know not everyone's on my team. I think I would love your good company and definitely ask me more about social retail, but if you're not, you can use this too. So say you have a post and someone has dropped an emoji or they've dropped a comment, and now we have to know, are they a player or are they just a cheerleader? Because we want to keep them as a cheerleader and we don't want to push them away, because we know engagement on our posts helps our edge rank and our algorithm, so we get seen more, and that's the only way we can grow our business is visibility and influence and consistency. So we want to ask ourselves, so I can say like, hey Shannon, I caught your comment, or hey Shannon, I caught your emoji on my post. Thank you so much for engaging on it. But of course I'm curious. Are you just an amazing cheerleader in my world? Or do you have some questions about, product such and such, or, my business opportunity? I'm always happy to share details, no pressure, because I get squeamish under pressure myself. But if you're just being a cheerleader and encourager in my life, I just want to really appreciate it from the deepest part of my heart, okay? That's pretty non-salesy, that's pretty non-spammy, and any person is going to feel comfortable to respond to that of not feeling pressured, hounded, or chased, okay? And it opens up the lines of communication. So does that make some sense? Do you guys love that one too? That's my favorite one to use. Obviously, you can't use it like every time someone drops a heart, especially if you just said the same thing last week. But it's a great way to connect with new people. And it's something you can use every so often, because sometimes people change their mind, okay? So that's really, really important. So if you guys got some value, definitely mash those emoticons. Let me know how much you appreciated it. Sharing is caring. I think this one is definitely team share worthy. So you're more than welcome to share this to your team training group. You're more than welcome to, share this to your page, to, add some light and some love to some other women that might be banging their head on the keyboards. And of course, if you are struggling, if you absolutely love our industry, you love the idea about residual income, you love the sisterhood in the tribe, but what you have just isn't giving you what you need, ask me about social retail. Ask me about our 90-day run. It's not too late to hop in, catch up, and begin to grow yourself so you can grow your business, knowing what to do, how to do it, why we do it on Facebook, and so you guys can get to some success that you have been desiring and dreaming of, okay? You guys have a fabulous night. I will see you tomorrow, all on the sunny side. I look forward to it, girls and guys. Bye, guys.